Welcome back to the Senior Health Podcast, where ancient wisdom meets modern science to help you stay sharp, strong, and independent after 60. Today, we're diving into a part of the body most seniors forget to strengthen until it's too late: the lungs. Shortness of breath, constant fatigue. Even a slight uphill walk feels like a mountain. For millions of older adults, these aren't just signs of aging. They're signs your lungs are weakening. And that's why I've brought back a familiar guest, one of the clearest, calmest voices in medicine. Over 100 years old, still walking, still working, still breathing deeply every morning. Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara. Japan's oldest practicing doctor. Dr. Hinohara, welcome back.
Thank you. It's always an honor. And yes, most people don't think about their lungs until they start to lose them. But the truth is, your lungs are just like your legs or your memory. Use them or lose them. And after 60, the cost of ignoring them grows faster than most people realize. You'll notice it in the little things. The breath that runs out too soon. The chest that feels tighter than it used to. Getting winded while tying your shoes. Laughing too hard and suddenly needing to sit down. And most people think, I'm just getting older. But this isn't just aging. It's disuse. It's inflammation. It's shallow habits that slowly become your new normal. The good news is, the lungs don't need miracles. They need movement. They need warmth. And most of all, they need rhythm, especially in the morning. That's why today's episode is so important, because I'm going to show you a simple 5-minute morning ritual that helps you open your lungs, reduce breathlessness, and set the tone for steady, full breathing all day. But we won't stop there. You'll also learn what to eat and what to avoid if you want to keep your lungs clear and strong. From warming teas to anti-inflammatory foods, your breakfast can either block your breath or build it. So if you've struggled with shortness of breath, lingering fatigue, or just want to stay active and independent as you age, stay with us, because it's never too late to get your breath back.
That's powerful. And I love what you just said. The lungs don't need miracles. They need rhythm. So help us understand what's really happening to our lungs as we age. What's going on behind the scenes that most people never notice until it starts limiting their daily life.
What's happening is quiet. And that's why it's dangerous. Unlike joint pain or memory loss, lung decline doesn't scream. It whispers. You don't notice it in one breath. You notice it when the stairs feel longer, when conversations make you breathless, when laughter leaves you lightheaded. After 60, the lungs naturally begin to lose elasticity. The chest muscles weaken. The diaphragm becomes stiff. And the airways, once open and clear, narrow just slightly. Not enough to alarm you, but enough to steal your energy one step at a time. And this is where most people get blindsided, because they feel tired, but don't connect it to their breathing.
That's something I hear all the time. I'm just tired lately. But they're not connecting the dots. They think it's age or poor sleep or maybe nutrition. But breath, it's almost never the first guess.
Exactly, and here's the part most people miss. It's not just the lungs. It's everything they touch. Oxygen fuels the brain. It fuels the heart. It fuels the very cells that keep your body in motion. When the breath becomes shallow, the body starts to dim. I've seen this happen to patients who seemed healthy. No illness, no diagnosis, just a slow fading of vitality, because their breath was shrinking unnoticed. That's why we must pay attention, not out of fear, but out of respect. The lungs don't demand much, but they do ask to be remembered.
And when you say remembered, you don't mean just in moments of struggle, like when someone's gasping after climbing stairs.
I mean every morning, I mean before the breath gets short. Prevention doesn't begin with medicine. It begins with attention. You must treat the lungs the way you treat a garden. If you ignore the soil until the leaves turn yellow, it's already too late. But if you water it daily, gently, patiently, it thrives. The lungs thrive on movement, on warmth, and especially on consistency. That's what I teach my patients. Your first breath of the day is not just a reflex, it's a message. And if that message is calm, deep, and deliberate, your whole body listens.
That's such a shift in perspective. Most of us think the first breath of the day just happens. We don't think of it as something we can shape or direct.
But you can, and you must, because that breath sets the tone. A shallow breath tells your nervous system, we're under stress. A deep breath says, we are safe. We are ready. After 60, your body listens more carefully to that message and responds more dramatically. This is why I always say, begin the day with your lungs, not your phone. Before you check the news, before you check your blood pressure, check your breath. That's your first act of strength.
So powerful. And for those just hearing this for the first time, it might sound almost too simple. But you're saying the simplicity is the strength?
Yes. In medicine, we often look for complex cures. But the body responds best to rhythm, not noise. A 5-minute ritual each morning, simple, quiet, consistent, can do more for your lungs than a drawerful of pills. And here's what people forget. Breathing is the only system in the body that is both automatic and controllable. That means it's your bridge between your conscious mind and your unconscious body. You can use it to calm inflammation, sharpen focus, even slow your heart rate, all before breakfast.
That's fascinating. I've never thought of breath as a bridge, but it makes sense. It's the one function we can control, even though it runs in the background.
Exactly, and when you take control of it, even briefly, you're telling your body, we are not in danger, we are in charge. This single message can lower cortisol, improve circulation, and activate the parasympathetic nervous system, the part responsible for healing and digestion. So imagine this. You wake up, you sit up slowly, you breathe in through your nose for 5 seconds, hold for 2, and breathe out through your mouth for 7. Do that 5 times. You've just reprogrammed your entire system in under 2 minutes. Now combine that with a gentle stretch, maybe by an open window, and your lungs out and your mind. Begin the day wide open.
That's such a clear, powerful image, and I think it gives people something tangible to work with. So let's build on that. You've mentioned a 5-minute ritual before. Can you walk us through exactly what you recommend seniors do each morning to support their lungs?
Absolutely. The first step is simple. Sit up slowly in bed. Don't rush. Place one hand on your belly, the other on your chest. Then breathe in through your nose for 5 seconds, slowly. The goal is to feel the belly rise, not the chest. That's how you know you're activating the diaphragm. Hold the breath for just a moment, then exhale through your mouth for 7 seconds. Feel the belly soften. Repeat that 5 times. This alone retrains your lungs to open fully, something most people stop doing after 60.
That part surprises me. How many people think they're breathing deeply, but it's all in the chest? I've even caught myself doing that during stressful days.
Yes, and chest breathing becomes the default when we live in tension. Diaphragmatic breathing brings the lungs back into their full range and signals the body to relax.
So once someone's done those belly breaths, what comes next?
Next, I always recommend standing by a window. Let the fresh air in, even if it's just a crack. As you inhale, raise both arms gently overhead. As you exhale, let them fall. This stretches the rib cage and invites more space into the lungs. It also engages the intercostal muscles, those small muscles between your ribs that make deeper breathing possible. 5 slow breaths like this can wake up your entire chest.
And it's so simple. No equipment, no routines to memorize, just presence and movement.
Exactly. And finally, a soft stretch. Raise your arms above your head and gently lean to each side, left, then right, while keeping the breath slow and steady. This movement helps clear out overnight stagnation in the lungs. You may even feel a little crackle or tightness at first. That's okay. That's the lungs waking up.
Is that tightness something people should worry about?
Not unless there's pain or dizziness. Mild tightness just means those muscles and tissues haven't been fully used in a while. It fades as the body remembers what full breathing feels like. The whole thing takes no more than 5 minutes, but over time, it restores what aging quietly takes away: lung capacity, oxygen flow, and energy.
It's amazing how something so small can ripple out into everything: energy, balance, even mood.
Yes, and that's the beauty of it. The lungs are the starting line. When you open them in the morning, you're not just preparing to breathe, you're preparing to move, to think, to feel. Most people don't realize that poor oxygen flow affects memory, digestion, even joint pain. It's all connected.
And I imagine if someone's had